Well, good morning, everybody. Yesterday was a busy day. We didn't have school as far as students are concerned, but we did get to meet with our parents. I had some very good meetings about our kids, how they're progressing, especially our seniors, how they're progressing, getting ready for college, how they matured over their years since I've known them. It's good to see that. And I was able to encourage some of the parents, and they also encouraged me with some of the things we're doing with our students and how we're leading them, guiding them, and growing them up in the Word, but also in life. Still concerned, as I've been saying, about our Jamaica trip. We're not doing well with our funding, but we know God will do that because He always does. But just the human side of me is getting a little bit anxious, especially with the situation there. I want to know that we're going. We had an offer for some airline tickets yesterday, but we don't have the money to put a down payment on for the ticket yet. We need 20 tickets, which is a lot of money for airline tickets. So we're praying about that. Praying that you can help us as well. We're also trying to find a place to stay for our retreat portion of our mission trip there. Many of the hotels and areas there have been damaged, and it's a hard search to find one that can accommodate us, such a large team there. So we're making contacts in Jamaica and seeing if anyone can accommodate us at a price that we can afford. Because remember, our kids are raising the money on their own. Nobody's writing a check to go on this mission trip. We're all depending on folks like you to help us go, to support us and become a part of our team through financial support. And in that regard, I want to read from Paul in his letter to the Philippians in chapter 4 and verses 10 and following. Listen closely, see if this can apply to you and maybe it can move you on your heart. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last your care for me has flourished again. Though you surely did care, but you lacked an opportunity. Now that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Nevertheless, you have done well that you shared in my distress. Now you Philippians know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church shared with me concerning giving and receiving, but you only. For even in Thessalonica you sent aid once again for my necessities. Not that I seek the gift, but I seek the fruit that abounds to your account. Indeed, I have all and abound. I am full, having received from Aphroditus the things sent from you, a sweet-smelling aroma, an acceptable sacrifice, well-pleasing to God. So I want to encourage you as you may be pondering supporting our mission team. We've had people supporting us since 1998, since we first gave our lives over to Christ for full-time ministry. And most of them are, if I would say, older folks who have continued to support us in what might seem like a small way, but a consistent way. And that's so encouraging. My wife and I have been through times where we have had to look to where we're going to have food, where we're going to purchase food for the week, and God came through. I remember a time where a lady came up to our driveway with boxes and boxes of food, some we didn't even know. We were getting ready to go to the store and purchase food on our credit card. And they bought food. They said their Sunday school heard about us and our ministry and collected for us, and that we had stacks and stacks of food on our dining room table, enough for weeks. God comes through, and He's come through several times for us. There were times when we needed a vehicle, and folks have donated a vehicle to us. Can you imagine that? And this has happened more than once. So we trust God to come through. But what Paul was saying here, that when you give to God's work, you too are blessed. You share in the fruit of our ministry as we work there on the different places we've gone on mission trips, to New Orleans, to South Carolina, to St. Vincent, to Puerto Rico, and now through Jamaica. You share in the work we're doing. You share in the love of Christ that we're sharing. You share in the gospel that we're sharing. You share in the testimonies that we share there. You share in the work we do, the rebuilding of the lands. And you share when someone accepts Christ. You share in that joy with the angels in heaven. They celebrate you and us. So as you give, you become a part of our work in the gospel, and we do depend on you. But again, we know it's God doing it, so we pray that God will move on your heart to give. And again, I wanted to share this little QR code, and you can look at it. Okay, here you can, as you can see, to support our student mission trip to Jamaica. You can see the QR code there to donate through GoFundMe, or you can do Cash App. Our ministry Cash App is Carol Mission, or you can email me at jcforkids@gmail.com for more information. But please consider giving. We are at a point right now where we need the funds before April. I know people saying, when are you leaving? We're leaving in April, but we need to build the funds now to secure airline tickets and places to stay there in Jamaica, food and transportation for our team there. It all has to be done before we get there so they can make preparations for us, even to gather ministry tools that we'll be using, whether it's lumber or nails or hammers or saws or whatever it might be, drywall maybe. So please consider giving. Encourage our students today with a gift of $25, $50, $100. We need to raise $40,000, $2,000 per person, and we have a 20 member team. So please give today if you can. God will be pleased, and you will join in the work that God is doing there. God bless you today. Have a great middle of the week.